feeding these ducks. We're
Good
feeding them.
morning.
Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh my God, I can't believe it's July 1st.
I know.
And it is Friday, the
And
weekend.
Ed has a tan.
And I look like
Yes,
Israel's
yes,
twin
yes.
brother.
Yeah. Give me a month. Maybe I'm aiming to look like Israel too. Don't
Ah,
think it's gonna
Whoa,
happen, but yeah, you never know.
there's a lot of sun out here.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Oh
That's good, though.
man.
It's good.
Good
So you're still
morning,
in Florida.
everybody.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, Florida's
So,
nice, man.
yeah, I mean, and the good thing about it is, like, what you're dealing with right now, it's just, having to deal with the sun. Most
Yeah.
folks actually happens that way. It's just, you tend to want to do a
Wow.
lot more things outside than
Oh
inside now.
yeah. So actually today is a good apropos theme, right? We want to talk
Apropos.
about managing your summer bucket list and trying to stay active at the same time. I hope you guys, I think the summertime is, let's put things in perspective. We just had the end of the school year, right? A lot
Yes.
of people are out because they're taking their first vacations, the first batch of July vacation. First day of
Yep.
July today, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on vacation, definitely August. I'm taking 2 weeks, and that's gonna be for me. And I won't talk to you.
Yeah, that's good.
Not much,
Good for
actually.
you.
Yeah. Look, Ed, you
Well,
did
well
the
deserved.
same, right? You took how long have you been out? We talked to you've been able to talk like 3 weeks?
Yeah. I've been out since the 14th of June.
Oh, dang.
So
I
2
know.
weeks almost. Yeah.
2 weeks, it's gonna be 3 weeks. Yeah, it's great
Yeah.
though, right?
It's good, but I'll be honest with you. We were like Priscilla and I spoke about it last night. Like, even though vacation is fun, even though spending time with our family is amazing,
Mhm.
we kind of feel homesick. Like we want to go home. You know what I mean? So, we're excited to get back to work,
Yeah,
hit the ground running. So summer is our season. So
yeah,
we're excited about that. We took the
yeah,
Good.
vacation before everybody else did.
yeah. It's good.
That's
So
good.
let's. It's a pretty important topic because you don't want to sort of fall into that summer slump where you like stop doing anything. So I think
Right.
Yeah,
it's important to spend time with your family, do the barbecue, do the outing, spend the family vacation. But you gotta stay somewhat productive. Yes, you're not gonna go running on showings and stuff like that. So, what are you doing right now, Ed? I just want to make sure you're the fine example to this topic today.
I mean,
Okay.
I always say it. I'm a simple person. I do simple things, so I don't feel
Yeah,
like it's extravagant. But everything that we've ever wanted, I think, out of this business, out of this team, we're on a cloud-based, brokerage, so it allows
yeah,
us and it gives us the ability to work freely from other places.
yeah.
So luckily, I have via emails. I've been staying in contact with people. Luckily, I've, in my opinion, locked arms with the management company where they really, really like the way I work. So they're giving me listings. You know what I mean? So it's literally
There you
just
go.
happening that way. Past clients, I've connected with them, called them, and I got a referral out of that. Someone who's looking to buy a two-family house in Queens. So, you know, that's what I'm coming back to, and it doesn't feel like I'm doing a lot, but
But you're staying connected, like you're
yeah,
staying
100%.
connected to your sphere. So management companies, that's a sphere because it's like
Correct.
you've had a couple of business in that complex, couple of listings in that complex. They're seeing how you're working. They're
Yeah,
like, we've noticed this guy. Let's contact him. Or maybe you did contact them. You stay on top of mind, and they're like, yeah,
100%.
let's report. Yeah, yeah. So
I've
again,
treated
sphere. I
I've
know.
treated them
Yeah,
I've treated them to lunch. I've hooked them up with some donuts in the morning, like, and it's funny because it's the littlest things, it's the
yeah,
smallest
Right.
things to get you through that door. And once my foot is in
yeah.
the door, you're not closing it on me. So,
I know.
um, that's something to look forward towards, you
That's
know.
good. That's good. So that's one thing to do. And I know I didn't want to sound like a broken record in talking about staying in touch with your sphere, like staying in touch with some contacts that have discussed potentially buying, so selling or referring you someone. And it doesn't have to be like a heavy conversation or it's right now, So you just take your foot off the pedal brake, of the pedal accelerator, whatever, no
Right.
English right now. And it's like, you just have those conversations. You could be You could be in Florida, wherever you are, in by the beach over there,
Yeah.
and have great conversations. Doesn't have to be all day, you
Well, that's
know.
a good thing about our company. I mean,
Yeah,
the fact that we are able to do that, we're able to
right,
go from
right.
any portion of the world
Yeah,
with Wi-Fi, with internet, to actually still produce our
yeah.
our
Did you
business.
dedicate time to your business, Ed?
I did. Usually it was in the morning because once like my nephew's here, my niece is here, like
Yeah,
everybody's here. So usually the morning is the best time to get it out of the way. But by midday, it's like everybody's
yeah. It's
pulling your
impossible.
attention.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So that's the reason why. And I mentioned it last time, but even back at home, it's the best time to do it. Like make your calls in the morning. Like if you're reaching out to people, do it first thing in the morning. I know it's weird, but I feel like people are more receptive if you call them at 8 in the morning versus 5 p.m. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's the end of the day. Think about it the way you look at it. Like, do you really want to be speaking to somebody at 5, 6 o'clock p.m. about whatever
Correct.
advertisement or thing that they're giving you?
Is
You
there
know what I mean?
somebody tapping on something next to your head? Or
Not next to
picking up
me.
some noise? I don't know. That is
I'm
weird.
I'm
I
doing
don't
my
There's
hear
a
nails.
anything.
oh
Do you hear
cool.
anything, Ed?
I heard it sounded like somebody was humming or tapping, but
Oh,
I just I didn't want
I'm
to I
like
didn't want to lose I didn't want to lose that focus.
the focus.
I didn't want to lose that focus.
I got you.
yeah, 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 yeah. So, Israel, what would you suggest to someone who's like saying, okay, let's stay on track with our business, but we still have all those family obligations, all those outings, all those family meetings, all the barbecues and stuff like that?
Yeah.
What would you suggest anybody who's especially newer in the business and trying to juggle and say, I still want to stay relevant and hot?
Well, Ed said
You
it
know?
perfectly. I think that anything that you're going to do to actually produce yourself to stay productive is do it in the morning. Get it out of the way so that all family times, anything that you have to do maybe later on, as far as any other appointments, can be done later. I've always been sort of taught or engraved in the fact that our income producing moments are in the morning. Our income generating moments are in the morning. So, emails can be done later, but then as far as conversations and texting and all this other stuff should all be done in the morning so that you're able to at least schedule either the next day or that night, for all the stuff that you need to do.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, honestly, what bathing suit you're going to wear that day, what towels you're going to bring that day, what sunglass, what suntan you're going to bring that day, what chairs. I mean, those are things that you could do later on, or things you could have done last night, right?
Right.
But
And
if
I
you
want to emphasize it's something you should not feel guilty about. Because
correct,
I have that thing where no matter what, I'm gonna feel guilty. And I keep on having to tell myself the me time, that time where you just slow down, it is super important for the health
right,
of your business. And I think like stepping back, me time, relaxing, like because we are 24/7, all the time on business, and it gets crazy, right? So I
it
think it's
does.
it's it's important, especially your Ed. I don't know how you feel. It's like almost feel like rejuvenating, having those great ideas of what you can
Yeah,
do coming back. And
there's moments.
yeah,
Yeah, there's moments where and like you said it, if you take time away, it doesn't have to be like a whole month vacation. You could take a
Correct.
weekend, you could take a week, you could
yeah,
take a day.
yeah,
The whole
yeah,
point about it is for you to walk away from this and just be like, you know what? Let me take a breather. Maybe there's a different way that I can approach this. You know what I
right,
mean?
Hmm.
And that's what those moments are. Like at this point, I'm happy that I feel that I'm almost vacationed out because now all I want to do is just get back to it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like in
yeah,
the summertime in New York, the summertime is great. You know, if you go out, and I know we're still in kind of like the what is it like the like the emergency state of emergency. We can't
yeah.
call people still like, but there's different ways you can approach that. We've said it
Hmm.
before, right? I think right now is the best time to go door knocking, right? Chances are these young kids are gonna
Yeah, I
open the
know.
door, and if they're home, maybe their parents are home, maybe the person who owns the place, and now
Yeah,
you can build off of that. And if you
yeah,
go out there first thing in the morning, you're not going to get hit by the heat or the sun that much unless you're trying to go midday, in the afternoon. Nobody wants to do that. So
yeah.
there's little things that we can do.
that you
to
could
help get us along.
implement. So you probably
Yes.
reinforce that thought. I was thinking like the time off that you would take, that time of stepping back from the hustle and bustle, will also give you the opportunity to reflect back on the state of your actual business, your
Hmm.
business plan, where it's at, what you've been doing, what you need to improve on, and then also plan out for the next quarter, the next month. That's what we were just talking earlier, a little bit before we started the stream. Um, I think also, like taking that week vacation of self-reflection and say, here, where I'm at with my business, have I done what I needed to do, and just implement a few new things that is going to make your, whenever you're getting back to New York or where you're at, and just getting back in the swing of things, like implementing like different marketing strategies, different prospecting strategies, or lead generation, if you don't like the word prospecting, different ways of even planning your business, managing your business. I think it's a time of tweaking things, you know?
Yeah. I think that you hit it somewhere in the sense that it's when you look at, especially summer. I mean, summer is
Yeah.
97 days of sun, supposedly, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at it that way, I mean, honestly, it's this first month. This is July 1st.
Yeah.
You start looking and take an audit of your business. How many contracts you got in so far. Did you hit your goal that you wanted to for that particular month? Do you need to improve on it? Do you need to change on it? Right. Now look, Ed was on in a different state, but yet he was still slightly obsessed with making sure that his systematic business is still in track. Right. So you have to actually still become obsessed with trying to make sure that your business is still in track. So what you received 2, 3 checks, try to get the next 2, 3 checks also, right? Because the
Yeah.
thing is, that's the other problem that we run into is that summer checks, it's another word that falls into is complacency. You
Hmm.
don't
Oh
want
yeah.
to run into complacency. So all of a sudden, I'm okay. I got a couple of money. I could do a little bit of vacations here and there.
You got
But
to keep
ladies
the
and
ball
gentlemen,
rolling, the
got to keep
funnel
the ball
fed.
rolling.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
contract we hit, it
Yeah.
takes 90 days for it to close, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
Ed hit it in earlier. He hit it in the sense that for everybody he spoke to during the winter, everybody he spoke to
Yeah.
during that little time, um, it's again anybody you speak to today is a 90-day transaction of later on.
Yeah.
So everybody he spoke to is obviously a 90-day or 20 or 2-year turnaround. So with that frame in mind, it means that everybody he spoke to is now coming back to him. And this
Yeah.
is what you want. You want to continuously speak to people so that even during the winter, you're still speaking to people that are
Right.
looking to buy
Right.
something.
Right. And I think we brushed on it a little bit before going live. Look at this. We basically don't have, we're half of the year through, but now we're going to have our time off for the summer things. Even if you're still working, even if you're still in New York, not everybody's like Ed, but we have to do things with family. If you have kids and so on and so forth, that time is going to be for them. You're going to have to do activities with them. You're going to have to go see family. It's going to have to be the beach. It's going to have to be the barbecues and so on and so forth. I think you have to come to realization that the second half of the year is not going to be that many more months. It's going to be 4 months,
Right.
maybe
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Because you have
Gotta
all
take
those
vacation.
holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, once we kick into Labor Day weekend, that's September, so people are doing their thing. But then I know you have the Thanksgiving months, you have a lot of the Jewish holidays, you have
Yeah,
Thanksgiving that comes up, then you have
December,
Christmas, then you have, New
other
Yeah.
Jewish
Year's. Next
holidays.
thing you know,
So
you're already in January of
I know. So
2023.
this
so
is it.
this
Your year
is
is done. Yeah,
so this is a great opportunity. Look, it's
yeah,
already school here in New York. I mean, school's done. I know other states are much earlier than us, but
Yeah.
honestly, school's done. So this is the opportunity for those clients that you have that have families that are looking to move into schools that they want to be in. All right. Start calling all the rental families, right, to see whether or not they can afford to buy that next home near the schools that they want to be in. Right.
Yeah.
Because these
yeah,
are pretty much the families that you want to start reaching out to. I mean, yes, the interest rates are going up, but they're also coming down. So don't look at it in the sense that this is a crutch for them. Just try to find that avenue, try to find that program that's really going to help them out. Because I'm sure there's a lot of families out there that do want to go to that particular high school or go to that particular intermediate school, for their child. Because again, this is a great opportunity, even during summer, a great opportunity for them to actually change schools before September really hits.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of
And that,
families are trying to do
yeah.
that.
That also brings me the idea where you can do those things like kind of in a fun way. It's nice outside. We're in New York. Let's talk about New York because we're in New York. You have all those little cafes with outdoor sitting. Why not take a past client? Why not take like somebody who gives you referral out for coffee, for a little brunch, for a little something, and shoot the breeze and having it pleasant? Because it's
Right.
nice. You want to be outdoor. You want to enjoy that sun. We've had this great spring season. Like, let's keep rolling. Let's make it more social, more enjoyable,
Yeah.
and still build your business this way.
For
You
sure.
know.
Absolutely. And have those
I,
call to action shirts, have those call to actions that I'm a realtor, come ask me questions. Or
yeah.
if you're going to
Yeah.
be in a cafe, great point. I used to have a laptop, which I should get another sticker for it, but I used to have a laptop saying, I'm a realtor. Feel free to ask me a question. It's like,
Yeah.
and then people will see that. They'll be like, you know what? Hey, can I ask you a question real quick? So things will happen that way. Have a call to action. You're going to, you know what? Winter is where we add layers. Summer is actually where we shed most of them off, right? So if
Yeah.
you're going to be wearing a t-shirt, start finding a way to actually call attention to yourself, to actually have people come to you. Because that's another
Yeah.
great way to actually
Yeah.
help build your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And
One tip
another, yeah, go ahead,
sorry,
Ed.
Gigi.
Yeah,
So
no, go
one
ahead.
tip that I would add is I know the summer months are coming, good weather. If you're like me, I love the beach. All right. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think now more than ever is where you need to implement time management because you can
mm-hmm.
still have a great time, but you also have to take care of business. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why I always say try to get it out of the way in the morning.
Yeah.
You're going on showings in the afternoon. Chances are people are still working during the week. They get out at 5. So utilize your time, wake up early, get those calls out of the way. Hey, I
Right.
know people implement summer Fridays.
Yeah.
You can implement summer call days, right? What
Yeah.
does that mean? Instead of prospecting for maybe 2 hours, you're like, you know what? I'll prospect for an hour. But the
Yeah.
key is that because you continue to do that, it's like a book where it's called the 2 millimeter slate or whatnot.
Yeah.
So, or the 2 millimeter shift. So you're literally you're still doing what you got to do,
It's
and
just
you're
tweaking.
just
Yeah.
shifting. It just shifts your path,
Yeah.
and you're still on it. You're still doing it. Why? After the summer months are over, you're gonna be like, man, I got more time in my hands. So you know what? Let me kick it back up a notch. Let me jump to 2 hour prospecting. Let me get it out of the
Mm-hmm.
way early, and you'll find that you can literally get so much work done if you just
Yeah.
do that. And then you leave your afternoons to showings, and I'm
Right. Yeah.
telling you, it's literally gonna snowball
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a month
Absolutely.
into it, you're not even going to realize where it's coming from, but you're still staying consistent to your steps, time
Yeah.
management, doing what you need to do, and it's all going to fall in place.
So
You
a perfect
know.
example of what
Yeah.
happened to me yesterday. I was speaking to an agent, right? Really new, fairly new agent.
Yeah.
And he actually, was telling me about his phone calls and so forth. And the first thing I asked him is, who knows that you're a realtor in your neighborhood, right? And having to actually go to 20 homes, 30 homes, it only takes, with flyer, it only takes about maybe, 30 minutes, 40 minutes of your time just to hand out flyers to let people know about the market, let people know you're in the area. And think
I've
about it. That's
timed it.
30 minutes, right?
I've
Boom, boom,
actually
boom.
timed it. You'll hit roughly about if you're just kind of like door hangers, right? Putting
Yeah.
flyers up, whatever the case is, you can literally hit probably 100. I would say 100 houses in about an hour.
Wow.
There you
An
go.
hour and a half, if there's long steps or long walks, but
And you
literally,
get your walking in, you get your
and you get
steps
your
in,
walk
you
in.
Yeah.
get your exercise, your
Absolutely. So
breathing. All
all you need is two things. You need your flyers and a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Yeah.
and a
And some
and a
and,
and a towel, a
and
towel.
maybe
Let-
some shorts too, right? So
Listen, I step outside and look at the hot weather, I start sweating, so I definitely need a towel.
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. You just really, again, it's a great marketing scheme for yourself. Just
Yeah.
create nice
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
flyer
And
marketing.
yeah. Another tip for me to stay relevant would be, since I think you can get time for you to, again, like Ed would say, sharpen your knife. Like, read, get back to reading, get back to training. Like if I'm going to be going to Europe for a couple of weeks, and I know I'm going to be at the beach, instead of reading some hood novel that's going to take me 2 hours to read, I want to read something that is going to help me. Like I bought those books based on what you guys have been, because I like to, I decided to shift my thing a little bit and go with, instead of doing the things that I normally would do and the type of books I would read, I actually listened to what you guys would propose. And I bought a couple of books, and I will actually get trained with like different, like mindset, different train of thoughts from different point of views. I want to
Yeah.
switch a little bit and not be like the usual, that this is the type of people I'm going to listen to. No, I just wanted to switch and say, okay, let me learn like new ways of thinking, new ways of doing things. Maybe I will learn a thing or two. And that's how I want to spend that time away from the office and doing my daily thing in New York, and just learn something, learn.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Right. I'm not going to take any easy bestseller, New York Times bestseller. I'll just take like self-development and anything about sales techniques, and just go for it, spend that 2 weeks doing that on my time on the beach. Why not?
Yeah.
Right.
And what I would add to that is, for a lot of you realtors out there, chances are you have to take continued education and renew your license every 2 years. So
Right.
also use that as downtime. They have a lot of streaming. They have a lot of streaming videos that you can jump on. I know that there's an application that I came across it when my license was about. Well, my license did expire, so I had to hurry up and get it done. But let me
Yeah.
see if I have the
Yeah.
app here. It's called AmbiView.
Okay.
So AmbiView is an interesting application because you pay for like the training, the 22.5 hour training, which is like $90, and you literally have to stream these videos and go through the different courses. So if you're, again, we don't like to spend a lot of money. If there's any which way we can save money, jump on that app. You're still gonna pay, but you're not gonna pay, like, for example, $350 for a 3 day, for a 22.5 hour course. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's also free trainings out there that you can jump on. I know the inspection boys, for example. I get emails from inspection boys, and they
They
always
actually
have like a,
came to our office
yeah,
yesterday.
I
The
was jealous.
inspection boys are actually an inspection girl, and she is dynamite.
Nice.
Right? Israel, I think I just got a girl crush. I was like, ooh, I like her. I just did like her energy. She's like, she's cute. To me, I think she's cute, and she's got like such great energy, and just the way she put that company together and wants to do the right thing, wants to educate the public, wants to educate agents via which, her craft and how inspections are done and what is proper, what is not. I mean, amazing people. And yes, if they're offering, I know she's also an instructor, right, for the Department of State. So yeah, take the education from those people. Fantastic. Yeah.
Izzy, you're on mute. I don't know if you.
I'm sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, education is really good to have. I mean, for
yeah,
any levels that you do, whether you're reading,
yeah,
whether you're watching
yeah,
streaming, or even joining a class. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
anything to help you sharpen your tools, anything to put you ahead of the fall, the third quarters. Because obviously that's where it's going to be I need to make up a lot of moves. Situation. You definitely want to start doing that right away.
yeah.
But like I said, it's in the beginning. July 1st, you have 2 more months for this quarter. Gotta move forward. Yeah,
You
no,
gotta
actually,
move
no. You only
forward
got
with,
one more to last month, actually.
yeah. And I think the priorities during that downtime have to be like, you really have to have them well defined. I think, like the family time, the me time, those are very, very, very important. I don't think we should discount any of this. You still
course not.
need to do, let's say if you're still in New York and yes, it's the summer, you got the kids, prioritize on what type of lead generation you're going to concentrate on, I think. Like prioritize on that. I think the sphere of influence, and I'm gonna again beat a dead horse, but it's probably the easiest and the best, and things that could help you stack up more business for the the next quarter, for September. And it's just like saying, you know what, I may not have much time to do for sale by owner and expired and this and that. And anyway, we're not even supposed to do it in the state of New York. But, let me prioritize and go back to already the pool that I have and just contact them on that little time that I manage in the morning. And I think you guys really got it down pat, and I'm really, really proud because they're like, okay, I have only like a couple of hours in the morning, and this is what I'm going to be doing, and the rest, and it's amazing. It sounds simple. It just needs to be implemented, and
it's
time management. No, it's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy because
all it does is sound simple, but it's not easy. Yeah,
it's true. Yeah. It's very true. And it's funny because something so simple, people will still complicate it and say, you know what, like, I don't know what to do. How do I do this? And the only thing I could, the only thing I could actually compare it to is like the story of the tortoise and the hare.
Yeah.
All right. The hare, in my opinion, are all the expert agents, all the realtors that are great at what they do. They've been in the business for 10, 20 years. They have all this, referral business and all this good stuff. And that's great.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Hence, people like Gigi are going to be taking vacation in August for 2 weeks going to Europe. So what does that mean to me? The hare in the story was always fast. They can always get to point A to point B, but then they always had those moments where they took breaks. The tortoise would not stop moving. He was steady, same pace, same speed. Yeah. So what does that mean? If you're a new agent out there, in my opinion, the summer months and the winter months are the best time for you to sharpen your axe. It's the best time for you to get on your calls, do your door knocking, and start to develop that business. Because while everybody else is on vacation mode, you're still in the zone. You still got your blinders on. You're still taking that one step at a time. You're making your phone calls. You're you're doing your appointments. You're meeting with people while everybody else is having a good time. It doesn't mean you can't have a good time. Just prioritize. That's all it is. Right. Prioritize. Time manage it. Put it in a schedule. Create
time
your
management.
Own schedule.
It's really that. It's really that. Even if you're on vacation, you cannot stop everything. It's time management. And then
and I agree. It's not only time management, but I also think it's obsession. The obsession of making sure that you.
My time management is I'm gonna have to shift everything 6 hours back. Like I'm gonna be in Europe when it's gonna be 12 noon. It's gonna be 6 o'clock in the morning in Europe, in the south of France, right? So I'm gonna have to pay attention to this, which is 12 o'clock. 6 o'clock, everybody gets up. We have lunch over there, so the lunch is going to be a 3-hour process. So, right after lunch, we're going to have a couple of hours of far niente, like doing nothing, right? So, like a siesta, whatever. You're going to have lunch and then you're like,
you go into a coma. You have lunch and go into a coma.
Right.
So that is where I'm going to be still able to maybe not make some phone calls, but actually stay in touch. So yes, so my time is going to have to be managed well and shifted so I can be productive during those times where people are out in New York City, in the whole different time zone. Yeah, and it's important. I don't want to be on work mode. I want to be on vacation mode, but still not lose track. Answer emails and so on and so forth.
Listen, Gigi, you wake up at 6 a.m. and you'll be able to respond to everybody. It's 12 noon. So it's like as soon as you wake up, brush your teeth.
I'll be at 12 noon. It's 6 a.m. in New York. It's the other way around.
The opposite. Okay.
When you get up at 6 a.m., what time?
If I get up at 6 a.m., it's going to be midnight in New York. The day before.
But you can be able to answer all emails, so you might have to switch that up, right?
Yeah,
so it's like answer all the emails that you need to answer.
When I get up at, I probably will get up at 8, take my time. That I can answer. It's going to be like very early in the morning over there. Yeah, you can still have things delayed and just make sure that everybody knows I have a disclaimer in my email that I'm going to be away with the time zone difference and to bear in mind that my response time might be a little bit delayed. And if they need to, they can go on WhatsApp and clearly, call me, or even though, I mean, I still going to use my phone and have access international calls and stuff like that. But not going to be answering every phone call. Definitely not. I'll be on do not disturb. Oh yeah.
There's, I mean, of course, you can always put those vacation responses or whatever. Like, I'm going to be away for a certain time and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
that works too. So
yeah. No, but I think it's important to do the me time and not like spoil your vacation with all that work. You also want to make sure you're you're respectful to your family. I don't have a significant other, but I know you have to like dedicate time for them, for yourself.
Oh yeah.
right. So a quick, just, I mean, we're gonna wrap this up soon, but pretty much when the segment came out, a couple things I was just thinking about, and I just thought about it right now, in the sense that what we're talking about is not only work-life balance, time management, being able to produce yourself in the morning, continue your process in the afternoon, have the family time, so on and so forth. So the one of the, I would say top three reasons as to why I joined real estate is because as a retail manager, times like this, I would actually work those 12, 15 hours a days. Times like this, I would actually not enjoy my time with the family. Times like this, I am working versus I am enjoying my life. So I take gracious times like this in the sense that I make sure that my business is still taken care of in the morning, but I'm still celebrating my time with my family in the afternoon. So,
amen. That's a great statement. Thank you. Yeah, it's great.
Time management.
Yeah, I think you guys brought in like your, like we pretty much agree, but you brought those different perspective, and it's great. And it was an important topic to have because a lot of people is like, oh, okay, what do I do? Oh my God, I cannot do anything because I have all this family thing and all those obligations. Yes, we understand, but you have to still do you, right? You still have to take care of it. Yeah.
At the end of the day, every single one of us has 24 hours in a day. Yeah. Unless you have 26, let me know. But if you have 24 hours in a day, it's easy for us, especially realtors, to be like, I'm swamped, I'm doing so much. And when you really sit there and think about it, it might not even be anything at all. We tend to focus on the little things when there's so much more that we can do. So don't feel like, hey, I don't have time. If somebody says that to me, the answer is get your time management game up. That's it. Because you might feel like you don't have time for things, but in all actuality, you're just not organizing yourself and you're not being good with time management. That's all.
Exactly.
The minute you figure that part out, the minute you put everything in a schedule, the minute you have yourself on a regimen, there's nothing you could do. You're going to realize that you have more time now. Like now I have more time to do what I want to do. I'm not saying me specifically. I'm just saying once you have time management, you'll look at it differently.
Right. Really important topic that a lot of people don't have down pat, and I'm still working at making it better. Anyway, that was a great segment. Thank you so much. I don't think we need to spend more time on that. Well, you're going to be back next week, Ed, right?
Yes, I am. Full throttle. I got appointments already set up, and I'm not even playing. Like I said, that's the moment. Summer months, winter months, it's the best time to hit the ground running. So luckily, thank God, I did my vacation, ready to come back and kill it.
DJ, put that music on. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Okay.
Summer months. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and happy summer. See you next week.
Happy summer, everyone.
Weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Be careful. Don't blow your fingers off if you're lighting fireworks.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Good distance.
Bye.
All right. Adios. Au revoir. Arrivederci.
Oh, damn. Here's the beat drop. Here we go.
I know. All right, now I gotta shut it down.